Joining me now from Southern California, Mayor of Mission Viejo and candidate for California's 45th Congressional District, Greg Raths. Greg, it sounds familiar to me because this is what Donald Trump was facing effectively in 2015 and 2016. Was not only was facing the Democrat opponents, but he was facing pushback from within his own party, the Republican Party. That said, you're fresh back from the convention in California. Is there a ray of hope for folks in California?
Well, I'm a fighter. I'm not a flighter, so I'm going to give it all my best here. It was a good convention overall. There's a lot of good people that want to get this state back to the Republican side. It's going to be a long, hard process, but the pendulum has swung so far to the left, it can't go any further left.
Right.
I mean, there's only 7 congressmen left out of the 53 that are Republicans. So overall, I thought it was a good convention. Brad Parscale was there, who was the campaign manager of Donald Trump, so he gave us some pretty good advice on how to win some seats back here in Southern California.
Well, yeah,
all of California.
That could help, hopefully.
Right.
The California Republican Party made a rule change, many rule changes, but this one affects the ballot. The California GOP opening a path to send delegates to the 2020 convention, even if Donald Trump is not on the ballot. This is a response to the unconstitutional requirement that the law that was passed and signed by the governor of California to try and keep President Trump off the ballot, ostensibly asking for the tax returns. You are part of a lawsuit to push back on this. So the Republican Party, Republican Party, wisely has this fallback that they'll send delegates anyway if he's not on the ballot. But you're going right to the heart of the matter. What's your lawsuit about?
Well, SB 27 was passed the end of July, saying that if you want to be on the ballot as a presidential candidate, you have your last 5 years of your tax returns. Obviously, that's against our Constitution. Article 2 says basically you got to be 35, you got to be a naturally born citizen and live in the country the last 14 years. So There's nothing in the Constitution that says you have to turn in your last 5 years of your tax return. So what I'm suing for is because it's going to hurt us on down ticket. I'm running for Congress, and there's 3 Republicans and 3 Democrats on the ticket. And President Trump's not on the ballot. A lot of Republicans may not come out and vote. And then the top 2, and California's a jungle primary, the top 2 could be 2 Democrats. So we think it's a scam by the Democrats and Governor Newsom and the Attorney General and the Secretary of State to grab more and more Democratic seats here in California.
But you're arguing from a constitutional perspective,
Correct.
right? Because
Correct.
It's unconstitutional. Why? Because of what you just mentioned. And
Right.
that is
Article 2.
the United States Constitution is crystal clear on this. Yeah, Article 2, Section 1. And that is the 3 requirements are pretty basic. Natural born citizen, 35 years old, and at least living here for 14 years. There's nothing about taxes.
No.
There's no other requirement, and that's what they're doing here. But this is a 2-pronged attack from the Democrats in the state of California. Number one, yes, to try and keep President Trump off the ballot, or possibly to get him to release his tax returns, which is not going to happen. But this down ballot effect and the disenfranchisement to voters in California, this is horrific. You know, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you should be standing up in California saying, hey, you know what? This is not right. This is not fair. This is not what democracy looks like in a representative republic.
Right. And those of us that want to vote for President Trump, his name won't be on the ballot, and that's not right either.
Right.
It disenfranchises us that want to vote for Donald Trump.
All right. So you mentioned you're running in the 45th district.
Correct.
This is one of those districts that was flipped at the last minute as the ballot harvesting came in California in 2018. You're running against a Democrat by the name of Katie Porter. It's a Republican plus 3 district, Orange County. And her Liberty score, by the way, Mayor, is a straight F. 0%. So what's the dynamic? What's your message going to be to 2020 voters versus 2018 voters that, slight edge went to Democrats?
Well, first of all, I'm a Marine Corps veteran, 30 years in the Marine Corps, retired colonel as a fighter pilot. I was based at El Toro, which is in the heart of the 45th Congressional District. Tustin Air Base was there, too, so there's a lot of veterans that have remained in the 45th District. I've lived in the district for 41 years, been a homeowner. I know the district. All 10 cities in the city are Republican mayors and councils. So my message is to continue talk to the veterans, and there's a lot of issues on this sanctuary city issue that goes on within our state.
And if folks want to have more information about you or possibly donate, where do they go?
You go to gregraths.com, gregraths.com. That's my webpage. We're doing really well. The primary here in California is March 3rd, so we're 6 months out, and we're working really hard.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of Californians that are happy that you are not leaving the state, that you have chosen to stay and fight the good fight. Mayor, thank you.
You bet.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.